this evening. I'll defer the account of the actions to Chief Coen, who will talk about it later. I know changes have been made on the emergency medical response for our community, and I think our fire department has brought a faster response and a much greater appreciation from our community. Thank you for your work, and thank you for your response. I personally don't have any empathy for what you do each and every day. I've never been a firefighter. I've never had to put on the boots or the gear that you use. Your skills for situations that call for dedicated responders, what you do is amazing. Unfortunately, many people of this nation don't understand what you and our police do every day to keep our community safe. We thank you for that. As members of this post, we are committed to recognizing all who undertake these actions and these roles. This recognition will always be a special part of the commitment we have as veterans to you and to our community. Last year, we had the privilege of honoring Jason Prius as the 2015 Firefighter of the Year. This year, we're here to honor Brendon Coen as the 2016 Firefighter of the Year. Before I ask Chief Allen to come forward for the presentation, I'd like to acknowledge Jason's family that has joined us here this evening. Welcome. At this time, I would like to call Chief Allen to come forward and join me in presentation of this award. Brendon, if you would please. Thank you. This is a plaque which is given to Brendon by the American Legion Hazel Lodge Post, 96, and I'll read it very briefly to you. Firefighter of the Year Award presented to Brendon Coen in recognition of his distinguished and dedicated service with the West Hartford Fire Department, October 18th, 2016. Congratulations. We're going to let Brendon relax and think about what he's going to say first. In the meantime, Chief Allen.
All right. Thanks everybody for coming. Everybody's standing around here in uniforms. Take a good look at them because in a moment's notice they could all be gone. So we're going to try to capture them while we still have them. We're going to introduce all of the family. And Brendon said the easiest thing to do is just say the family. That'd be the easiest thing than try to figure it all out and get everybody's names. But just a little bit of background. You know, Brendon came to work for us back on July 9th, 2012. He came to us from the Willimantic Fire Department. We poached he and where is this young gentleman over here away from Willimantic. They had a great training program, and we decided that he'd be better suited here with us. So now we have this young gentleman here, with a big smile, and our comedian down at Station 3. Never a dull moment with those who work with him and work around him. He attended the Connecticut Fire Academy and graduated from our recruit class number 45. He's one of our, he's a firefighter too. He's an emergency medical technician. He's also a hazmat tech, and he's the anchor of our meter program, since he loves to get into those little gadgets, and he does all the work with our meters for the hazmat team to all the communities that belong to the hazmat team. And I count on him quite often, and every once in a while I get this wish list, comes in an email, of all these things he'd like to see us buy. So I just got one of those just recently. He did serve in the Marine Corps from 2004 to 2008. He was deployed to Iraq twice as a heavy machine gunner and demolition breacher. Demolition breacher, that means you work with explosives. Guys at threes, just remember, work with explosives. Just keep that in mind. And the second deployment over there, he was a vehicle commander. And now I understand he's going to school to be a pilot. He's going to be flying soon. So just folks keep that in mind. Not in a drone, but actually in a plane itself. So I'm wondering about that whole deal. So what I'd like to do now is call up Battalion Chief Coen, just to kind of talk a little bit about his night that he saved some lives and for what he's being recognized for. Bill?
Thank you, Chief. Good evening. My name is Bill Call. I'm the Battalion Chief for Group 2. I have the pleasure of having Brendon on my group. And last Christmas, well, actually first, let me start by saying I'm actually the chairman of the committee for the awards. I serve on this committee with Lieutenant Jared Smith and Lieutenant Jim Matthews. And every year, our personnel are out there and they have notable events that they send to us, and we review them, and we choose what awards that they fall under, and then on May 1st of every year, we have an award ceremony and we recognize them for their great feats over the past year. It was brought to my attention that on Christmas of last year, we were working day shift and Brendon got relieved a little bit early, and on his way back home, going down Route 6 in Bolton, he came upon a two-car motor vehicle accident, and when he leaves work, he doesn't have any of his personal protective equipment with him. He just came upon the accident. He was the first one there. There was no other first responders there, no police, no fire, no EMS. And he saw one car on its roof, and the other car was smoking at the time. And so Brendon got out and he went over to the car that was on its roof and determined that the driver there was deceased, and turned his efforts to the car that was on fire. The fire started in the engine compartment, and there was two people trapped inside, both semi-conscious, bordering to unconscious. So Brendon's training kicked in, and he took the passenger out immediately, got them over to the side of the road, and then went back for the driver and gave a tug on the driver's door, and it didn't open, so he had to go through the window. And in doing such, he figured this was going to be pretty easy. We'll just pull the guy out through the window. Well, the guy's foot was stuck in between the brake and the accelerator, and meanwhile the fire in the engine compartment is now spreading into the passenger compartment, getting through the firewall and starting the dash on fire right where the gentleman's foot is caught. So Brendon dives in the window, pulls on the guy's foot and gets his foot out, and he's doing all this without the protection that we normally have when we respond to car fires. No fire gear, no SCBAs, no hose. He's just in his civilian clothes, and he frees the gentleman's foot and pulls him out through the passenger or through the driver's window. Got him to safety, and by the time that the first responders did arrive on scene, the car was well involved in fire, and without Brendon's heroic efforts, those people would have died. We have found out afterward that both have survived their injuries. They were treated at a local hospital, and we have found that both have been released and they are alive due to Brendon. So.
Nice long speech prepared for you. Thank you, Chief Cole. First and foremost, I'd like to thank all of the American Legion for hosting this event tonight, and doing it every year, and just making it happen. It goes without saying that no recipient would ever be standing up here if it wasn't for the support that they received from their family and their co-workers. You're all the backbone of the emergency services family. You truly appreciate it, even if myself and no one else ever says it, so thank you very much. I'm proud to accept this award, just as I'm proud to work in this town, in this fantastic community. Horrible with eye contact, I apologize. I'm excited about the direction that this town and the department are heading, and look forward to my future here. So, in conclusion, nice and short. Thank you all for coming and for nominating me for this wonderful award.
I think we all agree that that's absolutely amazing what he did. And Brendon, one other thing I want to provide you with is this gift certificate. Oh. As you should so please. Also, I want to say that the American Legion Hazel Lodge Post 96 is giving Brendon a year's membership in this post. Before we conclude this, I want to mention there's food in the room between the bar and here. So hopefully you'll all have a chance to join us there. And I want to thank the Chief and Chief Paul as well for joining us this evening. And Brendon, congratulations again. And thank you all for coming. Thank you for having us.